Hi folks, Lindsay Setchell here from HM and HM International School of Horse and Hoof Care. Here I am on day 25 or 26, I think, of my personal challenge to go live twice a day. I kind of failed a few times. There's a few gaps and I'm slightly behind on my days in terms of how many days I've gone live on the HM page, public page, and how many times I've gone live in the group, Phoenix group. But hey, no matter, I'm still here. I'm still around. I'm still going live and teaching you all sorts of things. And actually what I wanted to tell you this evening, or what I wanted to say to you guys this evening, is I wonder how many of you have actually gone over to both my YouTube channel and the HM International School of Horse and Hoof Care YouTube channel, because on that channel are hours, or those two channels, hours and hours of free videos all about horse and hoof care. Lots and lots and lots of information. All our live shows go up there. Once we've sorted them out and they get, you know, fiddled with, and then they get uploaded to YouTube once they've left Facebook, and they're all on there, unedited, most of them. So you get to see all our complete madness as we're doing our shows. And then all my rocket science lessons, It's Not Rocket Science, which reminds me I must do another It's Not Rocket Science lesson. I think the next one that I'm going to do is on hoof cracks, on superficial and full thickness hoof cracks, both at the toe and at the quarter. In fact, anywhere in the horse's hoof. So I think that's probably what my It's Not Rocket Science lesson next is going to be. So on my YouTube channel, there's lots and lots of videos. So let's go and have a quick look now. Let's go and see what I've got there. So if you go to YouTube and you find my channel, it just says Lindsay Setchell Expressions, all about horse and hoof care naturally. And it'd be great if you subscribed. I've already got 1.4 thousand, which is great. And that's going up. It's rocketing up at the moment, actually. And here we are. We've got all these lovely, colourful thumbnails. And we're the latest ones I've just put up is your horse fed too much? Obesity is an epidemic. Last night, well, the one I put up today was What a Gutful, part 2, about the poo. You know, do you know what poo means? Nice poo, smelly, green, sloppy poo. Do you know what it means? We talked about that. Do shoes contract, or shoes contract? And that's a fact. And it just goes on. How to rehab a hoof badly. All sorts of information. Don't ignore biology over here. Horse owners are owning it, and that's incredible. Progressive horse owners are absolutely wiping the floor with so many professionals, because they're finding out all about the gut. They're finding out about the health, the health of the horse, the diet, the management, the hooves. They're really getting stuck in there and finding out. And all this is free information for you. And all my rocket science lessons are in there. Don't carve the frog. Don't chop the toes. Trimming a laminitic hoof. P3 does not sink, even though you've been told it does. And why does P3 rotate, or does it really? Laminitis does not equal rotation, where that's that one down there. Lots and lots and lots of information, and then lots on hoof boots and rugging and clicking and clipping and track systems. So there's no excuse nowadays with all that kind of information for you to go out and find it. And if you go to the HM International School of Horse and Hoof Care, this one that has this logo on it, I didn't get that ready for you to see, but if you go there, you'll also find a ton of information. We've got all our past webinars that we did last year on diet and management, species-specific diet and management, the correct trim, all of those things you're going to find there. And all of this is free stuff that we're giving you. So if you have problems with your horse's hooves, let me just bring myself back up on screen. If you have problems with your horse's hooves, go and look there first. Go and start listening, understanding. You know, we break it down bit by bit. We're breaking it down. Why we're the long toe people. Why do we leave long toes? Oh my goodness, that's dreadful. It isn't. There are so many horses out there that need rehabbing, and what we're doing is we're rehabbing those feet naturally, as Mother Nature would, keeping that toe wall on the ground. Why? Because you have to have that feedback back to the coronary band, because biology is king, right? And if you don't have that feedback, you're going to see such a great deal. Well, you'll see a mess, and you'll see those diverging rings. You'll see how they bunch up on the dorsal wall and the toe wall because the toe wall's been removed. Excuse me. And the toe wall slows down in growth. You can see it with your very eyes, and the rings don't tell lies. They show you. Marianne's here. Hi, Marianne. Good to see you. Thanks so much, Lindsay and Gary. She says lots of hearts. That's great. And if you join the Phoenix group, the Phoenix Way Path to Hoof Health, we've had so many members join this week. I think a couple of days ago we had 300 members join on one day. It was crazy. So many members joining that group because, as the members have said, and these are their words, I'm paraphrasing, but it's one of the nicest equine groups that you're going to find on Facebook, because it's not judgmental. It's incredibly supportive. People on there have been watching the videos. They understand. They've been putting it into practice. Lots and lots of people that are saying, my God, I've just, I stopped chopping the toe off. I've started to leave it, and my horse is sounder than he's ever been. He's been sore for so long. Lots and lots of testimonials, and people just so helpful. Everybody wants to help everybody else. It's a fantastic group. Go and have a look at it. Go and check it out. It's free to get in. You just got to answer the questions. You just got to agree to the group rules. One thing I would say to you, though, is if you're coming in there because you've got hoof problems and you want some advice, which we're quite happy to give you, please have a full set of photographs. And if you've got x-rays, let's have those too. And if you've got videos, let's have those too. Don't just put up a post with a load of text. It's all like imagination. We've got to imagine what the horse's foot looks like. Don't do that. You've got to put up videos, and you've got to put up x-rays and stuff. If you've got the x-rays, you may not have the x-rays, but that's what we recommend. And then we'll give you our full support. We've got our students in there, and we've got people from all over the world on one of our day 10 group sessions, because on our day 10 challenge, you get a group session. And on a group session yesterday, 2 ladies who felt they were a bit alone out there in California realized they were only a few hours from each other, and they were both on the call together, and they were like, oh my God, hello. And we're going to meet up. We're going to hoof heroes together. Fantastic. It's just brilliant that owners around the world are really starting to empower themselves, to advocate for their horse, because if you don't, frankly, nobody else is going to. You are going to be the one that has to stand up, be counted, and say, hang on a minute, my horse is just not going to be one of those horses that the vet or the farrier says, oh, so you've got no hope, or we've got to take the toes off, or he needs his heels leaving high. We'll ignore the heels. We'll just take the toe because it's going to separate. No, it's not. You learn all about the foot, and we give you hundreds of examples in the group, in our videos. We talk all the time about stuff, and people are loving the live show. So if you want to take part in the live show, then get in the group every night around about 8 p.m. UK time, at 9 o'clock or so in Europe, mid-afternoon in North America, and early in the morning in New Zealand and Australia. Come and join us. Come and see what we have a good old yarn and chat and yak about. Come and see what all our members are asking us questions. And you never know, you might learn something. Last night we talked about navicular. Well, last night we had a bit of a mad night because I was a bit sleep deprived. So I was a little bit mad, but we had laughs. We did laugh. We had some fun last night. And then towards the end of the evening, we talked about, excuse me, we talked about navicular and why horses should land flat and not heel or toe first. And the fact that we've known this for years, and how Mother Nature herself designed the DDFT and the navicular bone in such a way that it would never, it would stay in a specific angle of insertion all the way, and how that can be affected by the wrong kind of landing. And so we talked about that. We talked about all sorts of things. Lydia's here. Hi, Lydia. See you later, hopefully. Anna's here. Great information on the 15-day challenge. You're welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. It's such a fantastic group with kind, helpful and friendly horsey folk, says Marianne. Thank you so much. Jenny says, from Minnehaha Haven down there in New Zealand, well, down there to me, if we educate ourselves, we can feel 100% confident to have the discussions to our trimmers and vets. Absolutely. That's what it's about, right? You're the one that's spending every single day watching these animals. You're the one that's observing what's going on. The vet turns up and you got to speak for your animal, right? It's not like going to the doctors where we can tell them how we physically feel. The horse can't do that. So the vet is relying on you to speak for your horse. So you've got to have that knowledge. You've got to have that language. You've got to be able to say, look, you know, he's not just a little bit footy. He is particularly lame on his right fore or his left fore. And, you know, this is what we're doing now. And the reason that we're leaving the toe is because chopping it off doesn't work. And my horse has got to have a larger surface area to walk on, and all the feedback and all of that, it goes all hand in hand together. So get yourself into the Phoenix group, go and watch those lives, get yourself back onto YouTube and or onto YouTube and start going through those videos on the school and on mine. There's just absolutely loads on there. Please subscribe if you can. That'll be fabulous, just to show your support. And the pinnacle of all of that, when you feel like you're getting it, sign up for the 15-day and 10-day challenges. We are getting some incredible reviews from people who are saying it's the best course they've ever done. It's the best course they've ever done, and they're learning so much. Some people have been into horses for 30, 40 years, and they still are learning stuff they didn't know. Really crucial things that the equine world is getting wrong that you need to know to make sure that your horse recovers. Jenny says, it was a great lesson on navicular with lots of laughs beforehand. And the more we learn ourselves, it becomes very evident the lack of knowledge some of the professionals have. Well, we always say, and it sounds like a big thing to say this, when you leave the 3 days, that's what we used to say on the 3-day in-person workshop, or now, once you've gone through that 15-day challenge and that 10-day challenge, you will know more than way over 90% of traditional hoof care professionals of all walks of life. Because, why? Because you are understanding the natural foot. You understand Mother Nature's blueprint. You understand what biology is all about. People forget biology. They keep thinking about physics and employing physics of an inanimate object on a very living, organic and dynamic object, the hoof, with a leg above it, a body and a brain all attached. People tend to forget about all of that and try to make it so very mechanical. It isn't. We've got to understand that these are sentient beings, and they are able to adjust their stride. They're able to recover from some of the most awful things that happen to their hooves. And sometimes, sadly, because they've had inappropriate hoof care for decades, in some cases, some of the poor animals that we see, the poor horses, equines that we see, are not able to recover. And that is serious stuff. Don't let that be your horse or your pony or your donkey. Make sure that you know this stuff. Okay, I'm going to go because I haven't got long, because I'll be on the live this evening with my Phoenix group members, our Phoenix warriors, as we learn more and more and we investigate the incredible world of the equine hoof. Marianne says both those courses are jammed packed with important information to become the best caregiver for your equines. Great bang for your buck. And I think we'll leave it there. Thanks, Marianne. That's absolutely brilliant. Okay, I'll see you all later in the Phoenix group on the live show this evening. See you then. Bye-bye.